See, I told you I'm keeping my New Year's resolution. We aren't in front of the green screen. We easily could have been, but I said in my boob job video that for the new year, I want to start doing more vlog styles again. So even though this is a sit down video, technically filming it kind of like a vlog. It's gonna get better as the year goes on, I swear. Well, hello, I'm Erika, and I am odd, and the famous sweatshirt is back. I'm having a rough week. So I have really bad cramps. My cramps radiate down to my knees and sometimes my ankles. Today is an ankle day. So right now I'm under a massive heated blanket and I am on a heating pad. So I thought, what better time than to film my Q&A video? Where did I put my water? Oh, it's across the room. I'm not gonna get up. There's snowmobiles, even though the snow is melting, because I live in Illinois. So if you hear any of that, I deeply apologize. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the Q&A. I will be adding a few questions that I've just been asked in real life, but most of these were sent to me through comments, DMs, and the Instagram question box on my story. Some are off of TikTok. These questions came from a lot of places, and I want to answer as many of them as I can. Some are repeats. So when it comes up, if you don't see the exact question you asked, know that I saw it and I put it in with that one. I decided to go ahead and just lump them together. All right, so question 1, how do you feel post-op? You look fantastic and I hope they bring you the joy that you deserve. So I feel pretty good post-op. I'm dealing with just some numbness. I'm dealing with like normal like soreness, some pains here and there, nothing serious. And I'm starting to get back into my normal routine. But as far as like recovered from the initial surgery, can get back into normal life, I'm totally recovered and feeling really good. I'm sleeping on my back and on my side. Guys, you don't know how much you miss sleeping on your side until you can't do it for 6 weeks. A question I did get a lot was, how much did it cost? I am not going to share the price just because my surgery might not cost the same as somebody else looking into it, so I don't want them to go, well, why did theirs cost more? Or why did hers cost less? Or, you know, I don't want somebody to go to a plastic surgeon and be like, well, this YouTuber told me that it was going to cost this much, so why are you costing more, costing less, or this or that? Everyone's surgery is different. Find a surgeon that you trust with a good reputation. That's what I did. I called their office and I said, listen, I'm not gonna hold you to a price. I'm not gonna like say, the front desk lady told me this price. I said, give me the biggest ballpark you can give for what I want. She gave me the general ballpark price, which was what I paid. These are the implants you want. This is the type of surgery you want, which I got under the muscle. This is the flat cost. This is what it costs for everybody, no matter what cc's they get, which I thought was really nice, but I know every surgeon does it differently. But like, let's say that you needed a reduction as well as implants. Let's say that you already have implants and you have a capsular structure, so you need to get that removed and then you need to get new implants. Let's say that you don't get under the muscle and you get silicone implants or saline implants, because saline implants were cheaper, but I didn't want those. So it all depends on like your body and what you're getting. So I've not been saying the price on any social media platform just because I don't want somebody to be like, well, mine costs this, well, mine costs that. At the end of the day, your surgeon that you pick has their prices, and that's the cost. What they tell you is the cost. It doesn't matter what mine cost, if that makes sense. Someone suggested a Halloween costume of Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. That is a plan, for sure. So this is a DM I got. So I did tell this person that I would be answering their questions on this video. They said, hi, I saw your YouTube. I just got 450cc high profile too. How long did it take for your swelling to go down? Ouch, this hurts, haha. I'm 5'9". I thought I could carry the 450 size well. I also had a lift. How tall are you? Mine are really far apart. Did yours look like that during the first days? Yeah, so then she did ask again for the questionnaire in my Instagram stories. Are they far apart? I'm freaking out. Mine are so far apart. We got the same cc's. How tall are you? So that was a big question I got, was how tall are you and how much do you weigh? Mostly steady wise, I'm 106 now. I was 104 when I went in for surgery. I am now steadily, outside of like normal day-to-day fluctuation, steadily 106. That tells me that like the implant weigh a pound each. I don't know if there's any science behind that, but that's been my weight since surgery. And I am 5'3.5", the half count. I got 450cc high profile. Obviously at 5'9", this person is taller than me, so that's a great example of 450cc's will look different on her than it will on me. And yeah, they look freaky. Like freaky the first 6 weeks. Mine still, they look relatively normal now. Like, they look relatively normal. The first 3 days, number one, you're all bandaged up. I said in the video, I mean, whenever I feel weird about like, oh, they're not dropping fast enough or they're dropping weird, I just look at my video because they were truly up to my collarbone. So within 6 weeks, they went from here to like, I'd say here-ish, and then they keep dropping. They don't have much farther to drop, but they'll drop and even out and balance themselves out. But for them to go, I mean, that's a fair inch of dropping. They are high up. I know you're freaking out. I freaked out too. Everybody freaks out. Always talk to your surgeon, but it's normal for them to be higher, especially a few days out. Like, the best advice I got going into surgery from other people that had had breast implants done was, do not look in the mirror. Don't do it. I like looked in the mirror in my surgical bra and I was like, oh my God, they look so good, da da da. When I say don't look in the mirror, I say don't stare at yourself for too long in the mirror, because then your mind's gonna be mean to you, okay? Healing is a process. That's what every nurse at the Plastic Surgery Institute said. Healing is a process. I had it so I wouldn't look in the mirror in the bathroom at one point because I was so like, I like hyper focused on it. I was like, is it healing correctly? Well, how about now? Well, how about now? And it's like watching grass grow. You just can't do it. So I got a little compact, like a makeup compact, just so I could see the scar to put what I needed onto it, my antibacterial that I was using, and then I would close it and I was like, all right, I'm just not gonna look in the mirror today. And that worked really well for me to not be like freaked out, because you can't sit there and freak yourself out. That's what I did at one point and it was not good. Definitely if something feels off or something is hurting more than it should or something's looking really wrong, call your surgeon. Someone asked, is it harder to exercise with them? Are you finding it harder? I bet push-ups are easier. Push-ups are actually harder because I am under the muscles, so working my upper body has been interesting. I'm getting some strength back, but again, it's a process. Even though I'm past my 6-week mark and starting to resume normal life, I'm not like 100%, which is frustrating, but you know, I signed up for this. As far as working out, it's just like getting used to them being there. So like I started going on my bike for cardio because I'm easing back into my workout routine, and like there was bouncing that I had never had before. So I was like, oh my God, this is so weird. Like reaching across and like stretching and things like that. Like reaching for a dumbbell is different because now like they're in the way, or like curls are a bit different. It's all like just relatively getting used to it, but working out so far has not been a problem. Another person asked, how bad was the pain really? It's surgery, it sucked. That's why I always tell people, I'm like, yes, it was voluntary, but it's still surgery. You're still going under the knife and like having muscles messed with. It's gonna still hurt. Someone asked me in my real life like how to gauge the pain. They're like, well, would you do it again? Yeah, I could do this again. Not everybody could. I will have to one day. I mean, implants don't last forever. That's another thing, is my implants will last ideally, obviously. They have a shelf life of 20 to 25 years. So within that time, you know, I want to have a kid, life will happen. By the time it's time to replace these, I will probably want different ones. So yeah, I mean, it's something that I'll have to do again. The first 3 days suck. I said to him, I feel like they're gonna fall out whenever I stand up. I said that to my surgeon. I was like, I know that they can't. He's like, no, it's physically impossible for them to like fall out. I was like, but I feel like they're gonna fall out of the incision. He's like, no, it's just pressure on the incision. It's pain from the incision healing. And I didn't take my full dosage of pain meds. That's something I didn't say in the video. If one of my pain meds said to take 2 tablets, I only took 1 because I get really nauseous and like I'd gotten sick from painkillers before and I did not want to throw up while I was dealing with this. Another thing was, for the first week, I couldn't get myself out of the recliner. I can't remember if I stated that in the video, but I couldn't get myself out of my recliner to go to the bathroom. So I would have to recline myself up, so I would need help like getting out of the recliner and everything and to walk around. After the first like 3 days, I started to do better. and then it was just dealing with like a soreness and a pain and a normal ache, you know. But I have to say the worst part was the patch behind my ear that made it so I couldn't like read my phone. That was the worst part. That was worse than the pain. I was deeply upset by that just because it's my vision and I was freaking out. But yeah, I could definitely do it again. Everybody's pain tolerances are different. I know with redheads, we generally have a high pain tolerance, but when we do feel pain, it's like more intense for other people. The anesthesiologist explained it to me. It's just how your body like metabolizes and processes things. It's different. It's definitely something to not be taken lightly. A comment I got a few times was people being like, I didn't know that it was gonna hurt that bad because I figured it's plastic surgery. It can't hurt that bad. I'm like, no, it's surgery. Someone else asked, are you using silicone scar sheets or silicone gel? If so, how do you like it? So I talked to my plastic surgeon and I actually sometimes have issues with adhesives. So he was like, with your skin freaking out like it is, because I was having that issue which has basically resolved itself now. He's like, let's wait and let's have you just use cocoa butter. So I've just been using cocoa butter like basically for stretch marks and scars and been treating it that way, and it's been working well. One of my scars is almost gone and they're starting to become softer and like not as stiff, and it's working relatively well. So I could not answer the silicone sheets or gels, but as of right now I'm just using cocoa butter. But that was the last question and that is it for today's video. I hope that I answered everybody's questions. I don't think I missed any. Again, I lumped a lot in, so don't think I skipped you. I didn't. I also want to thank everybody for the well wishes that were in my comments and my DMs as well with all of this. I really appreciate it, and I am feeling relatively fine after surgery. Please let me know in the comments down below what you would like to see for a video next week. I have a few ideas, but I'm always open to suggestions, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.